Hey folks, I'm showing this particular book. It's called The Sea. It's stirring story of adventure, peril, and heroism. This book, published 1878 to 1880. Where did I get it from? And how did I verify the dates? Because a lot of these old books don't have a date at the front. The oldest date you usually find in these is amongst the pages of one of the stories. And this is basically what this is about: real life stories, non-fiction. I bought this 2002 on the 5th of the 9th. I contacted Maritime Museum in Sydney. Their phone number at the time was 92983777, who verified that I had two books combined into one. They had one of the others, so they did verify the date of 1877 to 80. So this book is verified by age of a story called The Lifeboat for November 1st, 1878, page 318. And so this is the receipt. Not a very detailed receipt. So I think I paid $5 for it, and it looks like I bought something else for $2.50, which could have been another book at the time. I got it from Salvation Army. That used to be in 2002. Used to be near the actual railway station next to the RSL club at the time. It no longer exists there at all. So this was before the Salvation Army started going through everything, through all their books and everything, and categorized them and went through them. So I picked up probably maybe 3 or 4 books, antique books, similar to this age, from the 1870s, 80s, and 90s. As I said, I only paid $5 for this at the time. So, as I said, this is a line of stories, and the illustrations are done the old school way. This even has ironclads in it, known at the time. Even has galleons such as these. Old school. And what I usually do with any type of old book, even if it's from the 30s or 40s, doesn't matter. If it's more than 20 or 30 years old, I always put them, if I can show it to you, because my stand at the moment holder has to be replaced for my phone because it keeps on resetting my phone. I put them in these bags, air sealed bags. Why? Because mites, believe it or not, bugs, very hard to see with the naked eye. My camera just went off. Sorry about that because it's overheated. And so, well, I can't use that without disturbing everything. So I have no light source at the moment. But anyway, yeah, this kills all the bugs because there's no oxygen. They need oxygen to breathe just like we do. So I'll put the books in these bags for a few weeks, or I just keep them stored in there forever because it stops moisture from getting in and touching it, or mildew, or whatever else. Humidity, I should say, get in there. But anyway, it kills all the bugs, so you don't have any bug problem with your books eating the pages. And you can see the illustrations. It looks like I've still got no light. This book is in fairly good condition. It's got some wear marks and tears for the spine, but that should be expected for its age. And I've had it for 21 years, but I've always kept it in a plastic container, sealed it into a sealed plastic container with that bag inside that bag. So I don't know if that bag's 20 years old. It could be, but I thought I'd show the illustrations because this also lists a lot of shipwrecks in it. This has a if I can focus, a wreck registry that only goes to 1877 or 1876 to 77 for collisions or something I've written here. But as I said, I have confirmed this book is legit with Maritime Museum in Sydney. I think that's supposed to be a polar bear. I'm not sure. Looks more like a big cat to me. Nelson and the bear. Nelson's early days. So as I said, this is about tragedy at sea and exploration, tragedies and stories of sea. Lord Nelson himself. He actually lost an arm, I think, and this one looks like this is before he lost a leg from a cannon. He lost an arm from a cannon. I think he did actually die in his last campaign. I think his ship also still exists as well. This video is random. This video has not been planned. I was simply putting a comment. Well, not I suppose it's disparaging comment, I would call it, regarding them showing an ironclad ship, if I can find it, with a lot of talking. And because they have to do a lot of talking, because if I can find out where it is, there's not a lot left of this ship, and my comment on it was laughing out loud, and I made a comment of, look mum, I can do math, 20 to 30% found and the rest remade to show actual size with a lot of talking, so you cannot see the whole boat. I know it might sound like being a smart ass, but I mean, what's the point? They would have spent a lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars most likely, to do this. And during the whole thing, all they're doing is talking to them, so you don't have to look at the whole shit, because there's not much there. It's all been reconstructed, except for what they could pull out, what was left of it. And I mean, that would have cost a lot of money to do all that. And they complain about having homeless. So that's what inspired me to bring out this book. So it is actually considered rare. The museum wanted me to donate them to it. And you're going to remember this was over 20 years ago, so I was in my early 30s and quite sick. And there's no way I was going to donate them to it. Because you're going to remember I was talking to them over the phone. I had not met them in person when they made me that offer, which I thought was a bit rude, to donate it to them. I mean, I've got to be very careful of the spine in this book. The edge of the pages are gilded. Same with all this is gold gild. It's not gold paint. So yeah, I would like to show more of this book, but as I said, my stand, where is it? Connection thingy. Must have. This whole phone holder is useless. It is so tight on the phone that it resets your phone. And if you touch any buttons, it resets your phone. So I have to find another way to set up my mobile phone instead of using that useless clamp. But yeah, I thought I'd show that. Put the receipt and information back in and put it back in its bag, because the bugs are long dead now. But yeah, Salvation Army. So if you're trying to pick up an old book now, or an old antique from Salvation Army, don't bother, because my light's working now. You won't be able to find any. And if you do, they want over, I think is over $50 to over $100 for these antique books now. So yeah, that was 20 years ago. And this is the plastic container I keep it in with other books. So there's no humidity or dampness getting anywhere near my books. I'd like to set them in a proper bookcase, but it's complicated. All right, thanks for watching.